Good afternoon, party peeps. All right, so today, sorry, my sweatshirt. This morning when we were speaking during Crafter's Companion chat room, I tell my husband it's the crafting chat room, but I can still see what's being sold, so it's okay. Don't worry, honey. And really, it is true. So I'm Angel, and I had asked the question, had anybody put acetate through their embossing machine and see how it had turned out? And someone said that Leanne had done it and then put the gilding wax on it. BB, please stay over there. My assistant's trying to help. I'm sorry. She may walk in front of the frame. I'm trying to keep her back. And sit, please, BB. Sit, please. So, someone asked to do a demo. I said, I don't have any acetate. I don't have any acetate. I take that back. I do have some acetate. It just has multiple patterns on it. It would be horrible to do a demo with acetate that has designs on it and not get the imprinted embossed design onto the acetate. So I searched and searched my house, because Lord knows that we've been receiving plenty of everything by mail versus having to go out. Especially since I cannot go out right now. And Biddy, come on. So I searched and searched. I found a lid. It's acetate. It's good quality acetate. I'm also trying the GoPro behind me to be over my shoulder so I can show you guys. I also needed to get out my book on how to do the plates, because I've had very little time to understand how to work the plating system for the Gemini Junior, the Gemini Go. The Gemini Mini is pretty self-explanatory, so I'm not too concerned about that. So I have my papers only scissors. I figured they would be best to use on the acetate versus not using, well, better than using my good scissors on acetate. So let's just start here by cutting out a piece of acetate. I'm going to go ahead and cut the corners, and then I'm going to beat my cat. She's disobeying. I wouldn't really beat her. I just, you know what I mean. She's misbehaving. She's being in trouble. She's causing trouble. So I'm going to cut these corners. I'm going to use the guillotine. I have a smaller embossing folder because my stepdad is having surgery, amazingly, 2 days before I am. So surprisingly, I should say, he's having surgery 2 days before I am. And so let me just try and get this acetate through the mini guillotine, and I can cut these ends off, and then I can go ahead and get on with cutting to the proper size I need in order to use a piece of acetate to demonstrate how I had seen a video of it on YouTube, and it really intrigued me, and it came out fantastic. It was really beautiful, and it was kind of like a bubble wrap design. Now I know I don't need a piece very large. I don't know how big this is. This is approximately, this size is, I think it is 4 1/4 by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 3/4. So that should be enough. I can see these ends are not going to come off so easily. So these sides, I'll just use the scissors on. The paper only scissors. And as you can see, this is really ghetto demo. And it's quite alright. I don't mind, and I hope you don't mind. And I am going to hold on to these acetates because pop-up cards, people. Look at your packaging. When you get items that have this acetate, if you don't plan on using heat on it, keep it. And you can always cut it into strips with your guillotine, and then you'll forever have little strips that you can cut down for your pocket pals, for your pop-up cards, for any of those designs that you just like to have. So yes, these will go in my scrap box, my scrap paper box, so that I have it. So again, I said this was about 4 1/4 by 5 3/4. Okay, so let's go to 5 3/4, which is there. Yes, it still even has the price tag. That's how ghetto we are to do a demo. When requested, that we'll go out and we'll buy. I'll just buy it. So I'm flipping around to the side I just cut, so that way I know that this line is even, because you can tell that this line, let me just show you. This line is nowhere near even. It's all wobbly. So let's use the line I just cut, which is now, I flipped it around so much. Okay, I believe it's this side. And 4 1/4. Should be about right. Oh, and you know what I forgot was to leave the little topper. It's okay. So now I've got it cut to fit inside my embossing folder. And not bad. It fits fairly well. It's a little long. That's all right. I don't mind. This is a trial, right? You can't have trial without error, and you can't be perfect without practice. And I don't think anybody can be perfect, period. But people like to try. So, embossing with 3D folders. I don't know how this plate system works yet. Like I said, I've just got the studio. So, I know I'm going to need my base plate. And I put them over here to the side. So I have one base plate. Then I have the magnetic shim. This, I did do the LDRS. Look at this. For the metal shim. Holy moly. I was like, oh no, I hope it's supposed to look like that. Oh, that's not the magnetic. That's the metal. This is the magnetic one. And I need to make sure I have the proper magnetic. Well, I guess I don't know what it's for. 3D embossing folder with material inside. Okay. 3D embossing folder, material inside, and the plastic shim. All right, well, here we go. I only have so much acetate. I guess we're gonna see what happens. We're gonna go through the Gemini Junior here. I have it out. I put the card in just a little crooked like everybody suggests, and let's go Junior. Let's press this into the acetate. Okay. Let's hope that there was enough pressure to do that. There was not enough pressure. Okay, well, Gemini Junior, there's the plastic shim. Maybe if we put the other clear folders, well, that's with 3D folders. I don't believe this is a 3D folder. Wait a minute. Am I doing the wrong one? Cutting thin metal dies, intricate dies, dies iron mixed media dies, embossing with companion dies, embossing with 3D folders. I would say it's 3D because it does have designs that stick up. Yes? No? Am I right? Am I wrong? I'm not sure. I don't know how the plate system works. So let's see. It's very powerful to exert a lot of pressure. Alright, well, I put the other top plate on. It's a little thicker of a sandwich. I'm wondering if I should add, well, let's try it again. There, we're getting the, oh, come on, back. Reverse. Okay, so that's too thick. We'll take that one off. Okay, I've seen you guys do this by trial and error before. Oh, I really don't want to get this rubber mat cut. I don't want to cut the mat, because that got stuck and it hasn't done anything for our acetate at all. Pardon me. Okay, so let's see. We don't want it much thicker. If I tear them, if it gets torn, it's on sale, right? If you spend over $50 or whatever, you get, it's double deals. You get, they're on sale. I hope. I don't know. Let's see if this works better. Well, now it won't go. What did I do wrong? Now it won't take it at all. Let's turn it off. Reset it. And I hope I didn't break it. This is only the second time I've used it. So, let's see if we can get it to go this time. Sounds like a lot more pressure. Let's see, did we get it embossed into the acetate? We did not. We did not get it embossed into the acetate. And I don't know what that was. Maybe I'm not using the right kind of folder. Maybe it's the wrong type of acetate. Maybe it's not enough pressure. Maybe... What if I were to add the rubber shim, then the magnetic, and then this here, and then the other clear plate. I'm learning as I go, guys. I'm learning as I go. I'll try this again. There's some good pressure, and my rubber is not going through with the plate. Is that common for it to, is it common for it to do this? I don't believe it is. I don't know. Like I said, I'm learning as I go. I'm winging it. I'm winging it, people. I'm winging it. Okay. Maybe that was just what I needed. Because I do believe I have figured it out. I have embossed acetate. Okay, the magic for that kind of 3D embossing with your acetate, by trial and error. Your plastic shim, your rubber sheet, your magnetic sheet, and then your other clear plate. You leave your metal shim and your plastic shim out, and you go against everything that's in the book. And you don't do it that way. So now we all learned something today, didn't we? Okay. We know that Angel does not know how to use the plates properly and how to make a proper sandwich. And this is not square, and it's driving me crazy. So I chose some green Centra Pearl single-sided. It's going to be his surgery, so it's a get well card. He's an outdoorsy guy. These are some beautiful leaves. They're very elegantly raised. You can see that it's really fantastic. It's so pretty. It is so pretty. And I really love this idea. Okay, so let's square this off. It's driving me bananas. We don't want to cut too much off of one end or the other. I'll go straight to, looks like it's going to need to be 5 7/8 in order to get that little piece squared off. And then over here, to square it off, is going to need to be 4 3/16. Not even, it's just barely 4 1/2. But now it's square. Yay! Angel can figure something out. Okay, Angel's on a roll. So I do have this natural bend right here that I'm going to use to put over the top of the card, since it came this way, and it should bend easily in this direction since it's already been that way once before. We're just, like I said, people, we're winging it here. I'm winging it. You ask for a demo, I'd love to try it. I'd love to try new things. Now that my craft room is usable condition, I get to try anything I want, right? Right. That's the important part. Angel, you got a room. Use it while you can, because you're having shoulder surgery. All right, so let's just bend this down. Wow! Aren't that fishbone? Okay, and I'm on the line. Boy, I'm glad they have machines that do this kind of thing at their shop when they make these acetate boxes. Holy moly. Of course, this is industrial. It came on. Whoo-wee. All right. I accomplished the folding. I accomplished the embossing. Oh, and I folded it the wrong way over. Isn't that the way, though? Is that not the way that things go when you're trying to do something? Especially on a demo. In my world, this is exactly how things go. So, well, we got it to go one way, and the line is already there. So it shouldn't be too hard to push it over the other side, correct? Bend it over. Shouldn't be too hard. Actually, not as hard as the first time. And so let's go ahead and take the bone folder, and we'll go ahead and burnish that edge. what I want to do is I just want to put this over the edge of the paper, such as this, so that this is actually the top of the card and the design is inside. So now I need to measure this out to be the proper size, because now this has shrunk down to 4 1/4 wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/4 tall. 4 1/4, 6 1/4. All right, let's bring back the little guillotine. 4 1/4, 6 1/4, and I hope this stamps well. We're gonna see. So 4 1/4. I'm nervous. This is expensive paper, and I don't have a lot of heads. By 6 1/4. Which is right, oh my word, it's the very last line. It's the very last score line on the end. Whew! I was like, please let it be big enough, because I do not want to break out the large guillotine for this little piece of paper here. Okay. Now, does anybody know what ink will work on this acetate? Oh, I was wrong. Look, it's too big. What did I do? I cannot. I'm so bad at math. I measured incorrectly, so let's just trim that up. We'll make it look all nice and square. Yes, you get to learn my mistakes as I go along, and you watch. I don't mind. It's okay by me. Everybody's got to make a mistake to learn something at some time. So, being very careful. I mean, if a little bit hangs out, that's okay. I don't mind. I just don't want a whole lot hanging down. All right, there we go. I have it fixed. So, the question now is, since this is a Get Well card, and it's got the leaves on it that are very beautifully embossed, do I put the wax on it? Can I stamp something in the middle here? Will this acetate hold up to heat for an embossed stamp that says happy birthday? I don't know. So let me get my heat gun, my embossing powder, some ink, and a stamp, and we'll see how this goes and see what we could come up with for a Get Well Soon card for my stepdad. I'll be right back. All right, party peeps, I have gone through and I have gotten the stamp that I'm going to use. Laughter is the best medicine, or gin, whatever. Get well soon. What I need to know for this card is, will the acetate be able to take the heat in order to go ahead and emboss? And how well does Centra Pearl actually take a stamp? So I've got these little mini color box stamps that I've used once or twice. I've not really used them on anything big. The paper is this green color, so I was thinking either black or rainbow would be good for embossing on the front. this is kind of a teal green, so I'm not really sure. There's blue, there's white, and then there's clear. Well, if we put clear on the acetate and it is able to hold up to the heat, well, we really want him to be able to see what he's reading, right? So let's just take clear out of this option. Because after some thought there, Angel, that isn't such the brightest one. So the white may not show up as well as I'd like because it's on the acetate. But maybe it will emboss enough on the green to show through the acetate, and I can emboss the paper and then stamp the acetate. So I have a few things going on that I want to try. So I have my embossing ink. I have my black ink pad. I have this Finesse Spectrum Noir ink pad. We're going to think about maybe blue, possibly white. Maybe going with rainbow, but I may just stick to black because it's simpler for gentlemen. Mail card. So let me grab some tissue here. The one thing I forgot, of course. And I will be using this so I can pour my embossing right back into the powder. So I got some white stamping paper as well, just to try. I got this little stamp just to see how well it would work. Yes, this is rubber versus the, I think of this as the word is escaping me right now. I'm not sure exactly. This isn't the photopolymer. It is something else, some other, I don't know. So I think I'm going to do that in black, and so I'd like to see how it stamps on acetate and on the Centra Pearl. So I've got the two ink pads, the Finesse, which is the alcohol proof non-smear alcohol ink Noir Black, which I tried to use the other day and it was a mess, and I ended up having to come over to my Stampabilities. So let's just go ahead and stamp up this little bird here. He's not very big. He's not going to make a big stamp. But let's see how well he sticks onto the pearl. Oh, well, we probably shouldn't rock him because we've got a ring detail around him if we do. All right. Point learned there. Do not rock. Just straight down stamp. I think that's going to be the best. So let's try this now. That was with the Stampabilities. Let's try this now with the Finesse by Crafter's Companion. We'll just go straight down to stamp. Oh, that's not a very clear stamp. Straight down to stamp. You know, the birthday shadows, the shadows are getting better results than the actual stamp itself. Okay, let's try just again to get just the bird. That's better. We still got some ring around the bird, a little bit here. So how am I supposed to keep the ink away from the little tiny bird? How do I do that? Well, I guess I'm just gonna have to be quick, or I'm just gonna take the paper towel to it. Normally I would use my hands, so let's see. Here we go. Straight down, straight back up. Oh, that works great. That was with the Finesse Ink by Crafter's Companion. Okay, so we know that it will stamp well on the green with the rubber. Let's see how well it stamps on the acetate. Will it stay there? Let's find out. We'll do a couple since this is an extra sheet that I had. All right. This is with the Finesse by Spectrum Noir, Crafter's Companion. Stamps on there fairly well. Let's try the Stampabilities Black. Just give him a quick little punch up here or there. Straight down, straight down, straight down. I have to say that I really prefer the Stampability stamp on here. This is the Stampabilities. This is Spectrum Noir. Stampabilities, Spectrum Noir. This is going to give me a little more time to actually be able, if this acetate will hold up to the heat, emboss it. So it's drying a bit here, so you know what, this is my test one. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to try with my stamp on the acetate. And this is also Stampabilities for the embossing ink. I'm just going to go ahead and stamp this up here. And then I'll just go ahead and rock this from this side to that side. Sounds like I got a pretty good stamp there. And let's just try with some rainbow embossing powder here. Let's see how much will it. Should stick pretty well for quite some time. Stay wet for some time, yes. All right, let's see. Okay. Oh, I did not get this corner. I didn't know there. How did I miss the whole top half of this sentiment? Holy moly. Oh, and I dropped it. Perfect, Angel. All right. So, my heat gun doesn't stretch all the way over, so just one moment. I'll be right back. All right, party peeps. Sorry about that. My heat gun is on the other side of the table. So, it does not hold up to the heat, but it does emboss very well. I'm very glad about the embossing, and it's working very well. So, can I emboss on the green? I believe that I can. And then I can just do some of the birds around the green and have them sitting in the leaves. Thank you, test acetate. Broom and dustpan will be needed after this demonstration. So let's emboss on this little green. Oh, where's my cloth? There it is. I have 2 micro towels. So I just want to get some of this older ink off of it. I know it's not very old. I just did it, but still. I want to make sure that I'm getting everything done properly, and am I getting all of this with the proper amount of ink? And I did not like that this rainbow didn't show up on the acetate, but let's see, we're going to put it on the card stock. We're not going to get the whole thing, but we'll get the basic idea. Okay, that looked like a pretty good stamp. Felt pretty good to me. I've never really done embossing before. So, Angel's learning all kinds of new tricks today. Keep it up and I'll be a pro at this in no time flat, right? That's right. Don't quit your daydream. If you want to learn how to do it, you have to put in the effort. All right. So, let's see. I'm just going to reach over. You'll be able to hear it. Ooh, that's that is one hot heat gun. There we go. Well, interesting as that is, you can't read what it says. We're going to have to use another color, but positive, yes, it will emboss on the Centra Pearl. Bonus. Answers. 2 questions. Done, achieved, received. And now, I'm going to take all these little bits and bobs and put them away. So I will be using this ink pad to put on the leaves on the acetate. So they're just little tiny birds sitting there. And I can use this for embossing the sentiment. So the finesse will go away. I need to grab one thing from today. I always have handy. It is a craft room. I know I work with a lot of glitter. And SR says clean as you go. Right? Clean as you go. Especially when you've used embossing powder that is rainbow and multicolored, and basically it's just glitter. He's not going to want glitter, but it was a good test. So, we tested, we got a theory, we got embossing, we figured it out. So to answer your question, can you emboss on acetate? Yes, you can. Just everyday standard acetate, will it take the heat? No, it won't. You'll need to buy the heat resistant acetate. but you can definitely stamp on it very well, but not with the finesse. So, what is a good color to stamp on the green Centra Pearl to Emboss? I think maybe I will go with the blue. Maybe the blue. I do have gold, pink, and purple. No, I'll do the blue. I'll do the blue. I'm not going to just sit here and continue debating. The blue will be pretty with the green background. And let me find the center here. That is going to be right there at 45. And this center line lined up on 45. And there we go. I've stamped that on. Now we can take the blue. And this is the Crafter's Companion embossing powder. I should have like a little bowl or something for all of this. That's what I feel like I should have. I do need a brush. I want to emboss all of this blue on here. This must be one of my newer ones. It's very stiff. All right. We've got that with the powder on it. Let's see if we can get the powder in this little teeny tiny cup. Actually, I'm going to put it on top of the paper again, so if I spill, it comes out of the paper towel. Yes, I know a lot will stick to the paper towel. I'll go ahead and take care of the rest of that after I'm done with this. So now, don't want to waste it. And we'll set that to the side so that it does not spill or knock over or any of the above, because this is me we're talking about, and trust me, I can spill everything anywhere at all times. Okay, so again, let me just go ahead over here to my heat gun and I will be right back. Okay, so I'm back. It is done. Laughter is the best medicine, or gin, whatever. Get well soon. So I don't know how long it takes. How long do people generally wait for this to like dry? Is it dry? Oh, see, I've never really embossed, and see, I'm learning all kinds of things today to help you guys with just one question of, hey, Angel, will you do a demo on the embossing of the acetates? I thought I put it at the right height. I was incorrect. But it is my dad, and he will just be happy to have gotten a card. So, now that we have done that, laughter is the best medicine. I will find a few more stamps, and then I will finish this up, and I will add the photos on at the end of this video. Alright, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. Subscribe, because I will be posting a barrage of videos. And hit that bell if you'd like to know when I'm posting videos. So, I would also like you all to remember to follow your arrow. Find the beauty in every day. The best things in life aren't things. They can be best friends. Inhale courage, exhale fear, and please don't quit your daydream. This is my daydream. I'm doing it. All right. I shall see you soon. Bye. Okay, party peeps. Just finishing up this card now that I've got everything that I think I need. Right. Is this normal? Excuse me. For Centra pearl paper, for the cardstock, or for any cardstock to curl when it's heated with embossing? Or did I do it wrong? I don't know. Y'all are the experts. I'm here learning and teaching all at the same time. If you don't know, you can't practice, you'll never learn. If you never learn, you'll never know. So, I did choose a stamp because it does say laughter is the best medicine, or gin, whatever. And I found from Crafter's Compendium this little alcohol bottle. How cool is that? So I will be going ahead and stamping that on there. I think I'll just leave it and as a black outline. I don't think that I will actually color it in or anything because the card is green and the words are blue. I think black is going to do it enough justice that I don't really need to interfere by bringing some alcohol markers into it and coloring. So I think that's going to be the best thing for me to do. And this is where I should use my mat. Utilize the magnets. You have them at your disposal, Angel. Use them. That's why you bought them. Okay. Well, I was doing tri-blends on here, but let's see. It's okay. This is the foil quill. When I got the foil quill pens that you can use individually on their own, I got this so that it can hold my project in place. It works very well, but this paper just wants to curl and does not want to lie down at all. So I've lost a magnet. I've lost a magnet, but that's okay. I'm going to try to keep this as straight as possible, and maybe I should change the placing of the magnets. Okay. And some people will probably be wondering why I don't have a stamping mat under here. This is my cutting table, so this has got a pretty good cushion to it. And my stamping seems to come out very well. For the most part. Let me just say for the most part. Okay, I'll say generally it comes out without any problems. This came out fairly well. It's a little crooked, but I mean, nobody's perfect, right? And thank goodness for parents, because they're just happy you got them something and it's homemade, and they're just glad that you thought about them and decided that they were important enough to be recognized. I'm kidding. My parents, they're just forgiving. They know that a lot of this stuff I've had and I just haven't been able to use it. So they're just excited as I am that I'm able to use it now. So I'm just going to lightly tap this with the black ink. And this is the Stampabilities one. I did not like the way the finesse from Spectrum Noir stamped on here. So it's just the black outline of the bottle. And let's see. I slid my paper. Let's slide it over just a little bit this way. I can take this middle line, make sure it's with that middle line, and stamp it down. Ugh, really? Why does it always have to be the one part? I had one yesterday that did this to me. Okay, that's not a very good looking bottle. Again, thank heaven for parents, because they're just grateful that you brought them anything at all. So, I'm not going to try to restamp it again. I'm going to leave it as it is. Currently, I'm thinking I should probably... It wouldn't be as bad if it was embossed in black powder, right? Can I do that? Do I want to do that? I'm pretty sure this is okay. I'm pretty sure he's not gonna mind. Yes, there's an I caught myself. But I'm thinking, I think this will be good. I think that he'll be happy with it, and I'm not going to stress out over it, simply because it's Dad and he's just gonna be happy he got a card. And I'm sure he'll be surprised. His favorite liquor is vodka. Sorry, Dad, I couldn't get vodka on the stamp. It just said gin. And so, there you go. You're getting gin instead of vodka. It's a bottle. It could have in it whatever drink you choose to throw in there. Whichever one you want it to be, it will be. If I wanted it to be wine or Prosecco or whiskey, any alcoholic beverage, I suppose it could be anything. So, gin it is. I'm sorry about that, Dad, but there you go. So, let's see. How fast does this dry? Does it dry fairly fast on the Centra Pearl? You guys, there are questions I don't know the answers to. If you know the answers, please feel free to help and leave a comment in the bottom. So, this looks pretty dry. I'm just going to test it. Oh, it's still a little wet. Oh, it's definitely wet at the top. And there is definitely black ink. Okay, let's stamp the birds onto the acetate. They're just going to be in the background, so they don't need to be very big at all. Oh, where did my cloth go? Alright, it's okay. I've got to go do dishes and clean the kitchen in a few minutes anyways, when I'm done with this. So we can have some birds flying in the background. Some birds flying up here. Maybe there's a bird that he's not quite caught up to everybody and he's over here. And oh, I don't know. Maybe this guy's just a little bit further ahead of the curve. And there he is. Okay. 5 black birds from the leaves and on their way to do whatever it is that little black birds do. If you're at my house, you're a blackbird and you chase away all the stellar blue jays. You stay away from the eagles and the hawks, and you let the doves coo outside your house for weeks and weeks upon end. Because the doves never stop. I've come to this conclusion. Yes, on my own accord. I know that these need to dry before I assemble. This looks like it's pretty dry now. Let's use a different finger. It is pretty dry. I don't believe the birds are very dry. See, messy fingers. It's okay. Not a big deal. I don't mind. Let's see if just a little bit of heat can just help us to dry without melting. I'm holding it very far away from my heat gun. Very, very far away from the heat gun. I do not want to warp the acetate at all. I just want a little bit of help drying the birds. Well, they're almost dry. Okay, and I'm just going to go ahead and do this bottle, dry it off permanently so I can flip it over and add the tape. All right. Okay, it can be flipped over. I know I'm going to need just the very edge of this tape. This is the permanent tape, but it doesn't stick to my cutting table, which I'm so grateful for, because that means I can go over the edge of the card if I so choose, and it isn't going to hurt my crafting area. Most of the time when I'm doing a lot of crafts, then I will... How do you get black ink here? I have no idea. I will go ahead and break out the glass mat that Sarah has. But this, as you can see, it just wiped right up. And I forgot I moved the garbage can over to here. So that is it. I have added a bottle, added some adhesive. I'm going to go ahead and take the acetate, going to put it over the top on the fold, such as we did. Ah, come on, fold. Okay, I'm going to unfold it a bit so that I can fit the acetate right on here at the very top. Right into this fold. Oh, and there went the blackbird. Dang it. I'm going to have to restamp that blackbird. He was not supposed to be touched by the finger. Maybe I should have done this and then stamped the bird. I think I did it backwards, boys and girls. I think I'm learning a lot of things today. Permanent tape does not like to be used on acetate. I think I'm learning a lot about all the different acetates today. And the inks, and the papers, and the stamps. Oh no, it's crooked! Oh no, for crying out loud. Angel, come on. I can do this. I know I can. It is possible. Where there's a will, there's a way, and I have all the will in the world to get this to be a nice card. and I missed it by just, such a small amount. And now, I've done it. Yay, I did it. Yes. All right. Well, that bird didn't dry very well. This little birdie's not, well, none of them are dry very well. I think that for the demo, the answer is yes, you can emboss your acetates. You can use it as a card and have that just be the topper. And you can see your design, and then you could do your inside. So, my stepdad, he'll be getting this beautiful card now to attempt an envelope. Dear Lord, help me. Why did I say I need an envelope? It came from the Crafter's Compendium. I'm guessing that there's probably an envelope size that will fit this card. I'll have an extra card and be short an envelope, but that's okay. All right. Thanks for sticking around and seeing the final product. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. Bye.